YouTube, Big Smoke 58 here. But as a follow-up to a video I did several months ago about a Sig 226 that I'd bought, chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. I went to the range a few days ago and I wanted to do a follow-up video about that experience and compare it to my first experience with that gun. So I tried to replicate the same scenario in hopes that I would have a much better shooting experience. And I'm happy to say that I did. I used some of this Remington UFC 40 Smith & Wesson, like 180 grain full metal jacket ammo. Now I'm not going to do an ammo promo, but I am going to say that I've always had good luck with it. So, or good shooting experiences with it. So, if you can find some of this for target shooting, it's great ammo. Now, on that first video, if you go back and look at it, I had shots peppered all over the target. I mean, they were everywhere, and I kind of attributed that mostly to the poor lighting in the booth that I had, and secondly to the secondly to the sights that this gun came with. I'm not very accustomed to the 2-dot sights. I'm more used to the to guns that have a 3-dot sight system. 2 on the rear and the 1 dot on the front, or just a front sight post. This gun came this way. Now, my first shooting experience with it didn't go very well, so I decided to go out and try again before I changed these sights. But anyway, here's what that looked like. Now, I tried to replicate the same scenarios I did on my first trip, and I've got 4 6-inch shooting C's, and I put 50 rounds in each on each target. And at 8 yards, these were the first shots at 8 yards on that last trip. And this is much better than what I did the first time I went out with this gun. I got a few errant shots here, and I know what that is. That's me. I find myself sometimes, instead of looking through the rear sight, I find myself looking kind of over the top of it, and it causes me to nose down the muzzle of my gun, and this is where these shots are coming in. It's just a bad habit. It's probably just a product of being a senior, and old eyes, old habits, kind of hard to break. But once I find myself doing that and correct it, you can see that shots are coming in fairly accurate, at least as accurate as I'm trying to be. I don't think this is a bad result. I'm shooting standing, freehand, unsupported, and I'm usually pumping about 1 round per second. So I'm not taking 5-10 seconds trying to steady my shots. And I think at 8 yards, this wasn't really too bad. Well, then I moved the target out to 10 yards, as I did the first time, and as I did on my first experience. And again, I still wind up with these low shots, and I know it's me, it's not the gun. And when I realize it, I'm able to self-correct, and I bring my shots back up onto the target. Same as the first target, I put 50 rounds on this target, and all but maybe slightly less than a dozen are actually on the 6-inch shooting C. So for the most part, I know now that it's just a bad habit of mine. And this 2-dot sight, as I shot more, it kind of got more and more used to it. So it's really not that bad. I may not even bother to change it to the 2-dot rear sight. I may just keep it like it is. But anyway, this is how this one turned out, and much better than my first outing. And I moved the target out to 12 yards. Again, trying to stay cognizant of the fact that I tend to look over my front sight. And that's what I did again. And once I realized that's what I'd done, I was able to pull my shots right back up on the target. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a marksman. I'm very happy with these shots. And then my last group was at 15 yards, and I expect to see somewhat of a widening or elongating of the of my hits as I move, the target, out. But this I can't really explain. I don't know if I was anticipating the shots, or I was looking over the front sight even more. But once I got that corrected again, I was right back up on the target. But overall, I'm very pleased with this gun. I'm very pleased with the way that I'm able to shoot with it. I'm not decided yet on whether I'm going to change this rear sight or not. I don't know which one I'll do. I may change it, take it out, see which one I like best, and then if I prefer the single dot rear sight, then I may go back to it. But anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to show you this because I said I would do a follow-up video, and I was really pleased with the improvement that I made in my second trip and second shooting experience with this gun. Appreciate you watching. Y'all stay safe out there.